In 1994, Rwanda became the site of one of the most horrific genocides in modern history. Over the course of just 100 days, nearly 1 million people, mostly Tutsis, but also moderate Hutus, were brutally slaughtered by their own neighbors, friends, and even family members. But how did a nation known for its peace and unity spiral into unimaginable violence? Let's unravel the social and political movements that fueled one of history's darkest moments. Stay with us as we explore the disturbing roots of the Rwandan Genocide. The seeds of genocide were planted long before 1994. Rwanda, a nation of both Hutus and Tutsis, was colonized by the Belgians in the early 20th century. But it wasn't the arrival of the Europeans that led to immediate violence. In fact, for centuries, these two groups lived in relative peace. But what changed? Why did colonization create such a deep divide between the Hutus and Tutsis? The Belgians enforced a rigid class system, favoring the Tutsis, seen as more European in appearance, while marginalizing the Hutus. This colonial favoritism ignited a long-simmering resentment. Transition. And soon, that resentment would explode. Fast forward to the 1960s, Rwanda gains independence, but the divisions remain. The Hutus, now the majority in power, sought revenge for years of oppression under the Tutsi-favoring Belgians. A cycle of violence had begun, with tensions building through political coups, ethnic conflict, and refugee crises in the decades that followed. Thousands of Tutsis fled the country, forming militant groups in exile. And by the early 1990s, the pressure was boiling over. The genocide was ignited on April 6, 1994, when Rwandan President Juvenal Habyarimana's plane was shot down. What followed was immediate violence, well-organized and calculated. Hutu extremists blamed the Tutsis for the assassination, using it as justification for mass extermination. But who truly orchestrated this plane crash? And how did such extreme violence take hold so quickly? The answers remain clouded in mystery and deception. Yet what's undeniable is that this event unleashed a wave of systematic killing that stunned the world. One of the most chilling aspects of the Rwandan genocide was how ordinary people were driven to murder. Extremist radio stations called on Hutus to cut down the tall trees, a reference to slaughtering Tutsis. This propaganda, coupled with fear and revenge, fueled the killing spree. And while the killing spread like wildfire, the international community remained silent. The world watched and did nothing. But how did this happen? How could the international community allow such horror to unfold? By July 1994, the genocide finally came to an end. The Rwandan Patriotic Front, a rebel group made up of Tutsi exiles, seized control of the country. But the damage was done. Rwanda lay in ruins, with an unimaginable toll on its people. Today, Rwanda is a nation striving to rebuild, a country committed to never again. But can the scars of genocide ever truly heal? The story of Rwanda is a sobering reminder of how deep divisions can be exploited for the worst of humanity's atrocities, and how, despite the darkest times, there can still be hope for the future. The Rwandan genocide was a tragedy that should never be forgotten. Its history serves as a stark warning of the dangers of hatred, unchecked power, and indifference. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that unravel history's most crucial moments.